At the beginning of the film we see a girl, Gargi, who is a teacher at a school. Gargi comes from a middle-class family. Her father Brahmanand works as a security guard in a residential building. Her mother sells homemade rice and her younger sister Akshara attends school. Gargi, too, will soon be married to a boy. One day at school, Gargi sits with her colleagues and eats lunch. Then a news item comes on TV. In it, the reporter reports a rape case in which 4 people abused a 9-year-old girl. The police got some new clues in the rape case, based on which they caught the 5th culprit who was working in same building. Hearing this news, all the teachers say how bad the present time has become and how many rape cases have increased. Gargi also sees this news but does not say much about it. After the school, while going home, she recalls a bad incident in her life when she was also a small child and her teachers tried to abuse her, but Gargi's father had come at the right time and protected his daughter from this beast. As the bus drives to her house, she sees that her younger sister Akshara is not at home. Her mother tells her that Akshara has gone out to play. Hearing this, Gargi gets angry with her mother. How many times have she told them not to send Akshara to play after 5 p.m.? The world is very bad and it is not safe for Akshara to go out alone like this. We can understand why Gargi is so worried about her sister. She has experienced a bad incident herself in her childhood and does not want something similar to happen to her younger sister. When Akshara comes home, Gargi gets very angry with her too. Akshara told that there were a lot of people on the way to Shanti apartment, that is why she was late. Hearing the name of the building, Gargi and her mother get nervous because Gargi's father Brahmanand works as a security guard in the same building. When Gargi hears this news, he quickly goes to the Shanti residence. There, he does not get much information. It only turns out that the police have taken all the workers of the building to the police station to conduct an investigation. Gargi goes back to her house. She does not want to upset her mother unnecessarily, so she lies to her mother that her father is working night shifts at his house. After a while, Sandras comes to Gargi's house. Sandra's father is also a security guard at this apartment building and Gargi's father's very good friend. Sandra's father is one of the workers who were caught by the police. Sandra tells Gargi that she received a call from the police station and was asked to come to the police station immediately. Gargi also accompanies Sandra to the police station. Sandra's father is released by the police, but Gargi's father was taken into custody. Gargi learns from the sub-inspector that her father is accused in the case of gang raping the same 9-year-old girl. Gargi is very shocked when she hears this. She wants to meet her father once, because she is sure that her father, who was her hero, could never do such a thing. Officer did not allow her and advised Gargi to leave this city soon, because if this thing spreads in the media, this city will be unsafe for Gargi and his family. And this is what happens when the matter spreads in the city and the media starts harassing Gargi and his family. Even the people around him turn against his family. Gargi's fiancé also meets with Gargi secretly because he is afraid of being discredited. He offers Gargi to leave the city with him, but Gargi refuses, and said that she will not run away out of fear of the world, but will bring justice to her father. Gargi then meets with Banu Pratap, a very great lawyer who is also a friend of her family, to get legal assistance. Banu Pratap accepts it because Gargi's father is his good friend. When Gargi's father Tor appears in court, he is attacked by the crowd that has assembled. They also try to kill him. Banu Pratap also has a lot of negative headlines in the media with this case, and he gets a warning from the Lawyers Association that he will be expelled from the association if he takes this case. So Banu Pratap also refuses to take this case. Banu Pratap says that he cannot risk his career for this case, and the association refused anyway, so no lawyer will take this case. Gargi does not know what to do now. If there is no lawyer, who will fight? She would not be able to save her father. Banu Pratap's assistant Indrans also agrees to take the case of Gargi's father. Banu Pratap tries to convince these Indrans that it would be career suicide to take this case and that it is start of his career. But Indrans believe that everyone should get a chance to prove themselves. Even Gargi's father, therefore, the address and the case will definitely dispute. A few days later, the first hearing on the case takes place. Before the judge, the investigating police officer reports the details of the case. Mukesh, one of the 5 criminals, lived in the same apartment building. Mukesh used to walk his dog through the staircase of the building in the evening. The children also played with the dog in the stairwell in the evenings, without telling her father. Mukesh, aware of that not many people used these stairs, Mukesh along with 3 other of his friend took advantage of this and now abused the girl. Next day girl's father filed a complaint with the police, and after an investigation, the 4 criminals were caught. When the police identified other criminals in the presence of the girl, they learned that in addition to these 4, there was another criminal by whom the girl was now being abused. When the police investigated again, they came to know that Brahmanand had taken the girl home after this incident. During cross-examination, the criminals testified that they had fled the building at 6 p.m. after the crime, but the girl's grandmother said that Brahmanand had taken the girl home at 6:30. That is, for half an hour, only Brahmanand was with the girl. The police became suspicious of Brahmanand and arranged for further identification in the presence of the girl, during which the girl identified Brahmanand. After hearing the case report, judge gives the opportunity to Indrans to ask the investigating police officer for a dictionary, in which it was noted that during the second identification parade, the girl was cut off from panic attack and the police officer was accidentally give her medicine with more doors, which is also given to an adult person. The interest says that it confused the child by the overdose and she could not concentrate properly. And in all this confusion, the child mistook Brahmanand for his culprit. Indran's arguments are valid, therefore, the judge gives him 7 more days. After 7 days, she will have another identity verification done by the girl in front of her. Gargi and Indras then start collecting the evidence for the case. They also go to Brahmanand's jail so that they can get the story of his side as well. Brahmanand says that he is innocent. On the day of the crime, she was found lying on the stairs and he immediately took the girl to her house. Indras asks what Brahmanand was doing between 6 o'clock and 6:30 that day. Brahmanand tells that he also had a night shift that day. Therefore, he said, he drank some alcohol at 6 a.m. after his day shift was over. Brahmanand did not tell this to the police because the police would have suspected him again. After talking to Brahmanand, Indrans and Gargi think that they should also talk to the child once. They both go to the girl's home. At first, the girl's father gets angry with them. Why do they dare to come there? But then he gets a little emotional as he talks about his little girl in front of Gargi. He says that this whole incident has ruined his daughter's life. His daughter gets panic attack every day. Even the child considers her father as her hero. She is now afraid of this father. Gargi also gets very emotional listening to them, but she asks them to let her talk to the child once. Perhaps in his confusion the child mistakenly identified Gargi's father. The girl's father agrees and allows Gargi to meet the child. But before Gargi can meet the girl's brother arrives, misbehaves with Gargi, and throws her out of his house. The next day, Indras presents the judge with a video recording he made at the girl's house. In this video, the girl's father says that his daughter get panic attack during the second identification parade. And he was the one who helped identify his daughter's culprit. Then judge said because the girl's father helped his daughter identify the tour. Therefore, this second parade should be rejected and a new parade should be performed. But this time the child's father should not be present. Indras obeyed him, and the judge conducted a third identification parade. During the third identification parade, the child gets very scared. This thing does not seem to happen. For this reason, these demonstrations are also rejected. Indras argues before the judge that the girl did not identify Brahmanand during the third identification parade as culprit and therefore he should be released from prison. The judge says that Brahmanandji did not confirm an identification as culprit, but did not even proclaim his innocence. Therefore, Brahmanand can get conditional bail, but on the condition that Brahmanand must go to the police station every day and appear there one day. Gargi asks her friend Sandra's father to take Brahmanand outside in the evening so that her father's mood changes a bit. When they come home in the evening, both of them are in a drunken state. Brahmanand goes to sleep and Gargi starts a conversation with Sandra's father. During the conversation, Gargi catches a lie from Sandra's father that he had gone to Shanti Apartments on the night of the crime. When she wanted to question Sandra's father about the case a few days ago, he said that he had not gone to work on the day of her accident because Boy had come to see his daughter that day, so he had taken time off. Gargi realizes that something cannot be right and asks Sandra's father to tell her the truth. Sandra's father explains her. In the evening he went to work at the apartment. And he see the girl in that stat. He was very frightened and told this to Brahmanand, but Brahmanand had asked him to hide this and let him sleep in the room on the terrace. Brahmanand said he would take care of everything and take the girl to her house. Sarah's father was drunk at the time, so he did what Brahmanand asked him to do. After leaving all this behind, Gargi learned that her father is hiding something from her because he had said that Sarah's father did not come to work. Therefore, Gargi goes to the girl's house again. She shows him a photo of her father and asks him if he is the fifth culprit. The girl answers yes. When Gargi hears this, he begins to cry bitterly. That is, his father had really done this dirty work, whose father showed so much courage to prove his innocence. Listen to the taunts of the right people. This father is not innocent, but a criminal. Next, she goes to the police station with her father and has a fourth identification demonstration made before the judge. This time she herself holds the girl's hand and brings her before her father and asks the girl to identify her abuser without fear. Child identifies Brahmanand. Brahmanand also confesses his crime and apologizes to Gargi and the girl. But Gargi does not even look at her father and Brahmanand is put in jail again. Gargi knows that what she did was absolutely right. In her childhood, her father was the hero of her story, but now she is the villain in another girl's story. That's where this movie ends.